Hello everyone, Adams TV again here, and today we're going to discuss the most improved players for Liverpool. And just going to start off with the goalkeeper Simon Mignolet, who I think's been absolutely wonderful this season. Well, apart from Karius taking over from him at the start of the season, but you've seen his resilience and his excellent determination and fight to get back into the squad. There's also been quotes made by Mignolet to the Liverpool Echo in Liverpool, talking about how it was very difficult and he always tried to fight to get back into the squad, and his competitors were and stuff like that. So I'll try and get that there in another couple of minutes, but here it is here actually. So it was against Stoke that changed his career around, but this season around for him. So when Liverpool were playing Stoke this season, we won 2-1. Stoke opened the scoring with John Walters, and Firmino and Coutinho scored. So Mignolet explained that, he said that there was a reason why Stoke was so important to me. He said, as a goalkeeper you don't stand out much. It's not the same as being a striker when you can score a goal and everyone notices what you've done. I had that moment in the first game of my Liverpool career when I made a penalty save against Stoke. But there's another thing about saving a penalty, and that is people will always say, "Oh, he's guessed the right way." As a goalkeeper at Liverpool, you don't get worked that much, so I needed a game to come along and show what I could do. Everything about that came at such a time. We were losing 1-0, the spirit wasn't the best because everyone was thinking, here we go again, and people would have thought it was the same, we were going to miss out on the Champions League. So this was such a changing moment for me and for the club. I had a chance to show what I could do for this team and change my career a bit. And that's it kind of. And he said that those things are happening now. I'm much more settled now. Before the season there were things that I knew I needed to change. I want to be more consistent in myself, more important for the club. If I look back now, I can sit and say with belief that I have been more consistent. And he explained that I know that there were mistakes like against Stoke and at home against Chelsea for the David Luiz goal, but I have made more important saves throughout the season against Stoke, Watford, West Brom and Chelsea. I can't even think of those ones against Leicester, Arsenal and Tottenham from Toby Alderweireld. I am happy with what I did, and this year I know I can go away on holiday happy. I've been important. So that's just a quote there from Simon Mignolet talking to the Liverpool Echo about how he's improved this season straight after the Stoke game. He believed that he changed the team a lot. In that Stoke game, I think it was 1 each, and then he made a vital save. It was crossed into the box and Wijnaldum headed it back rather than forward to get the ball away. And it went straight to the side of Barahino, and it was a point blank save from Mignolet, and it was a brilliant save. There was no right for him to save it, and it was just an excellent save from Mignolet. Next player I think's really, really improved this, not this season, just in general under Jurgen Klopp, is centre backs, because we under Brendan Rodgers and under our last couple of managers, we conceded loads and loads of goals. Under 2013-14 season, when we were nearly going to win the Premier League, the problem was that we had conceded too many. I think we conceded about 50 or 56 at that season. But this season, it's been our best season since 1990 something, and so we had only conceded 42 goals this season with Milner, Lovren, Matip, Klein. That could be also Clavan, Lucas, Jan falling in the centre back, Joe Gomez falling in there too. And if you actually think of that, we've actually conceded some silly goals again this season. You have to consider we conceded a majority of our goals from corners this season. So just think, if we improve from corners next season, we could be a really, really big force. And maybe one centre back in there has been really, really big talks in the last couple of hours that we might be getting a new centre back to replace Lovren, because Lovren's making an awful lot of mistakes recently. But I'm gonna do a video on the players who I believe that hasn't been playing great this season, and I think that I'll say Lovren's one of them, because if you look at the game against Crystal Palace, in my opinion, it was him that conceded the 2 goals for us against Crystal Palace. We get beat 2-1 at Anfield. The Christian Benteke had 2 goals. So because he dived in to get the challenge of Jason Puncheon and completely messed up, and it was just an easy cross for him, and it was only Matip in the middle to mark up on Andros Townsend and Christian Benteke, and therefore it was just an easy wee top in for Benteke at the back post. That was the 1-0, or that was the 1 each, and then they scored from a corner which Lovren should have been on. Lovren and Chan should have been on him, but I don't think Chan's also improved this season too. I think he's improved a lot, but Lovren is just not up to potential right now. But I'll explain that in another video. Joel Matip, do you think he's improved an awful lot this season? Well, I can't really tell very much yet, because he's only been here really one season. But he looks more confident, or looks like more of a confident type of centre back. Looks like more like Mamadou Sakho type of centre back after a couple of seasons. Because at the start, when Mamadou Sakho played for us, he was making stupid mistakes and stuff like that. Like Mamadou Sakho likes to take the ball and dribble it up the field a bit and pass it up to the strikers, and so does Matip. But also Matip can Matip's a bit more confident than Sakho was at the start, because Sakho just appeared scared and just didn't want to play his best football for some reason for us. So, he played for PSG, won many leagues there, and we bought him for 14 million, and he just wasn't great. And then unfortunately I think he's going to go now to Crystal Palace, but there's talks that maybe getting 30 million from him, which is very, very good. Klang, I don't really think he's improved much this season. Milner, he's been doing brilliantly as well. He's scored a bucket load of penalties this season. Missed one penalty against Southampton, but that was alright in the end. It didn't prove out to be costly. I thought it was going to prove out to be costly and very sore our season, but it didn't prove out to be too bad. But I must say, Milner has also been very, very good under Jurgen Klopp. As he explained in his interview as well, he explained in an interview talking to Liverpool Echo that he doesn't mind playing left back, but he prefers to play in the centre mid position. But he does believe that the left back position isn't his favourite position, because if you consider if he's up against a fast winger, it's going to be very, very difficult for him to deal up against, or play up against him, because he's so he's getting old and stuff. But if you consider he's 31 now, it says he's 30 there, but he's actually 31. But he's still a very big talisman for us, and very important for scoring the penalties. He's only missed one penalty this season, which is very, very good. Henderson hasn't really been playing as much this season, so I can't really judge him. Wasn't really playing that much last season either, so can't really say much about Henderson, but hopefully we'll see more of him next year. The two other midfielders, Adam Lallana and Gini Wijnaldum, I think they've massively improved, especially Adam Lallana. With his counter press and his gegenpress press, it's just been absolutely sublime this season, and last season as well, winning the ball back as soon as the other team gets the ball, straight getting the ball back and getting it up front. That's the same to Roberto Firmino, who I think's also improved a lot this season as well. As the same as Adam Lallana, I think they've been probably the two major players that have improved much this season. But I do believe that those two Firmino and Lallana. Sometimes Wijnaldum looks like he's got better, but sometimes he makes stupid mistakes. Against Middlesbrough in the last day of the season, I just didn't think he was playing well at all, Wijnaldum. I just thought he was absolutely horrible, and then he comes up and scores an absolutely splendid goal near the end of the half, 45th minute, and that was a brilliant goal he scored, and then he was just absolutely boss after that. But Lallana and Firmino would probably be the biggest standouts, because they're always looking to get the ball back really, really quickly and stop the other team from getting into our half to get a chance up that way. If you consider we were playing Man City in December, New Year's Eve I think it was, and we were playing very defensive football, and we won 1-0 with a Gini Wijnaldum header. Gini Wijnaldum's very, very good at headering. In fact, he's just a beast at headering. He scored 2 or 3 headers this season. I think he's just an absolute beast at for the kind of defensive side. But I still do think that we need a defender just to make it a bit more solid, the defence. But Lallana and Firmino, definitely the two standouts. Mane, I can't really say much about him, but he has really, really, really been good this season, or last season, because if you consider he was missing for majority of the season, came back from African Cup of Nations, played 1 or 2 games, and ruptured something in his ankle and couldn't play for the rest of the season. But before that, there Mane was just unstoppable. Like, I must say, he didn't look like that at Southampton. Like, I think that Jurgen Klopp's revived him maybe or something, or made him better, because he's all of a sudden playing much better now for us and just much stronger and just a better winger now than you actually like thought he was before he came to Liverpool. Uh, who else has improved? Emre Can also as well. The start of the season, he wasn't great. Like, he was making some silly mistakes, stupid mistakes. But as it grew on the season, like, he got better, and then released a statement that he was injured for majority of the season last season and the start of the season, but he didn't reveal it to anybody at the start of the season. So he just told more or less everybody that he actually had something wrong with him, but like, he wasn't revealing it. But I must say, like, Emre Can has been absolutely like splendid this season after, like, because you have to consider it, he is filling in for Henderson. Like, the last, what, 25 games this season, we had Emre Can sitting just there in the midfield and making his burst runs forward up here, right up. And if you consider it, like, he was playing nearly up here against Burnley, nearly in the home win, and that goal he scored, it's just despicable. Emre Can, like, always sitting in front of the defence here, always looking like Stephen Gerrard role like a few years ago, like when he was nearly ready to retire. And then Emre Can just took a burst run the whole way through the Burnley defence and just shot from outside the box straight in to the bottom right hand corner, and it was a beautiful goal and resulted in us winning that game, which was very, very vital in our attempt to get top four. I don't think there's anybody really else who's really stood out this season. It's really improved. So I think that'll do it then. So if you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.